That's the way of our world. Ionios.
Tell me, what would possess you to side with them?
We're fighting because there are enemies to kill.
First, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is currently set to launch during September this year, but there's also a really good chance that the game will get pushed back to even later. What is it? In short, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a JRPG at heart, a series of critically acclaimed RPGs by Monolith Soft, one that comes with some superior combat system out of any other, and mainly open world games. There's more. Take a look at this.
It's the only way you're gonna defeat the real enemy.
Whatever life is lost, I won't let you shoulder it all alone.
What good's filling up these flickering clocks in our eyes? It'll never replace the friends we've lost.
The flame clock, it has to go!
Ouroboros abhor this world. They must be erased without a trace.
Earlier this month, during a recent Nintendo Direct, we were blessed with a lot of makeover surprises to be landing on the hybrid console soon. To be honest though, one that took me by surprise was Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which is a hack-and-slash adventure and a lot in the same vein as the Dynasty Warriors games. Something that seemed almost impossible until a few days back. Now here, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes actually launches for the Nintendo Switch on June 24th this year.
Will you sit around and wait for a miracle? Or will you help me seize control of my fate?
We shall fight, we shall survive, and we shall win a glorious future for Fodlan!
And now that I know, I won't make the same mistake again.
Revenge is not a sin you take for someone else. You seek revenge to slake your rage and heal your wounded heart. I know you are prepared to do whatever that you must.
Splatoon 3, however, all we actually know is that it'll be coming to the Nintendo Switch this summer. Earlier at the Nintendo Direct though, we were also blessed with another showcase of gameplay, which was just as good as its previous successful and actually better, with new modes, the co-op horde-like mode, and honestly it's a little bit spooky as well. So just check it out in case you've actually missed out on this one.
You might recognize them from past Wii Sports games. Tennis. Rally by gently swinging the Joy-Con controller at the right time.
We have Nintendo Switch Sports that was announced last week, and through its reveal trailer we caught a glimpse of what could be a very interesting idea. That is, also considering it was actually released more than 5 years ago as a Wii exclusive. 5 years ago? No, actually 15 years ago. Nintendo Switch Sports is set to be released on April 29th and will include boxing, tennis, golf, baseball and bowling. Not just those 5, but there's gonna be now soccer, football, volleyball, and badminton. Check it out.
Controller to the leg strap accessory included with the physical version of the game, you can play shootout mode with intuitive kicking motions. Badminton. Control your shots left and right while keeping the shuttlecock in the air. Unleash powerful smash shots to gain the upper hand. Finally, volleyball. Use a Joy-Con controller to serve, bump, set, and spike the ball. The game supports...
Now, this is almost 6 years since Dragon Quest XI, but we finally got confirmation that the next Dragon Quest game, going by Dragon Quest XII, The Flames of Fate, is now on its way to the Nintendo Switch. It is going to be the first of the series to be an Unreal Engine 5 project, the gameplay of which we suspect to be a very different kind as well, although a release date or a window for it even still yet to be announced, so just check it out.
ドラゴンクエスト12選ばれし運命の炎
About a couple months back, we got this announcement that 10 Kingdom Hearts games are on the way to the Nintendo Switch. Some already here now, some still in the making. However, you could say the most notable one though in the long list was probably Kingdom Hearts 3. That was, in addition to its DLC, fully optimized and playable via the cloud service. Other than that though, all we know right now is that the game's almost done with development, so it just makes us stay tuned for any further updates. Moving on. Now, Sonic Frontiers on its way to all platforms, and it is not a Switch exclusive. Why? It's a fully open world game that Sega themselves actually described as an open zone inspired kind of experience. Now, this game's set to come out around holidays, although originally it was planned to be released last year. And well, just in case you've missed out on this one, they basically did it in order to further polish the quality. That's basically all we know, and this is how the game actually looks like. On the other hand, we have Bayonetta 3, announced more than 4 years ago, that will now return with the new entry as a Nintendo Switch exclusive later this year. Not just that, this new game will apparently let you directly control your summoned demons. She looks different, and we're fighting humans as well this time. Check it out in case you missed out. There's the only gameplay trailer Platinum Games came up with just a couple months ago when the game was revealed.
Bad boy.
Right on time.
There is a Dying Light 2 Stay Human cloud version, due out now this August. By the way, Techland released the first set of DLC for Dying Light 2, in case y'all stopped playing for a while, so keep that in mind. Personally speaking, Dying Light 2 has been a pretty good, successful game in my book. I've enjoyed my time with it a lot, both games, definitely a game for both newcomers and veterans as well, and it comes with a high replay value. Just not to mention the multiplayer. It's a good game. If you like zombies and parkour, just don't even think twice about this one. Just go for it.
Well, that kind of information is expensive.
Now, as in the case of Zelda, here's the thing. Since the last Nintendo Direct that featured the Mario, Fire Emblem, the Xenoblade, which we mentioned earlier, more of course, since we didn't get an update on The Legend of Zelda, I'm guessing it means that the game is being delayed to 2023. Rumors has it though we're actually getting that rumored confirmation between April to May this year, but who knows. All I've got to say right now is just come back and take another look at this in a couple of months when we have some actual updates. Moving on.
At Waddle Dee's weapon shop, familiar copy abilities can be evolved.
About 24 hours ago, a new Kirby and the Forgotten Land gameplay trailer from Nintendo once again brought our way a better look at, I don't know what that is, but it's cute, of course. I think the real question is if whether Kirby's powers only limit to cars, or if there's gonna be boats and flying objects, since we're getting open world vibes as well. Let's not overthink this one though. This game is coming to the hybrid console come March 25. That's nothing.
A new adventure awaits our pink puffball. Who are the Beast Pack? What are these enemies trying to do? Can Kirby restore peace to this world?
Under the wide and starry sky. Dig the grave and let me lie.
Going back to the cloud service games, an official release date for A Plague Tale Requiem is still yet to be announced. However, the game still is slated for a 2022 launch across consoles and also PCs. Requiem, for those of you wondering, now follows the two sisters on their journey and attempt to start a new life after running away from their home for various reasons. This game itself at heart is also an action-adventure, but also a survival horror game. Check it out.
Home from the hill.
I don't know what's happening to me, Lucas. I feel my mind going.
I know. Think of your brother. We have to carry on.
Oh no.
You are responsible for more than just your own life now.
I need to become stronger. I must.
Project Triangle Strategy is, right now, one of the top 3 most anticipated turn-based tactics in the making, due out in 2022. It's, I would say, the most visually impressive one among those, and one that is actually coming to the Nintendo Switch exclusively March 4th. You can actually play this one through a demo on the Nintendo Wii Shop. It's a good demo, it's a decent one as well, especially if you're into classic top-down RPGs, and here's a new trailer in case you missed it.
You speak of the Hierophant?
You will pay for your grievous sins, Serenoa Wolfort, with your life.
As long as I keep walking, there will always be hope.
This battle is but the first step on the path Lord Serenoa has laid before us. Let us take this first step together and rejoice.
Come what may, my steps shall never waver.
Bandai Namco, no more than a couple of months ago, specifically if you missed out though, announced that the remastered tag GU Last Recode will be making its way to the Nintendo Switch next year, that is from a couple of months ago, as an anniversary edition that will include the first 3 games of the series, such as Redemption, as well as a new and 4th, also final entry named Reconnection. Check this out, the action RPG Last Recode is expected to hit Switch come March 10th this year.
Come stronger, Haseo.
It's time. All of the feelings that I've carved deep into the world are going into this one attack!
I'll get you out of there one way or another. Hang in there, Ovan.
I have a favor to ask.
This is your new power.
Feels like I've been waiting forever. Waiting for us to stand together, side by side. And now, there's nothing that can scare me.
Something in the woods. Something evil.
We have Evil Dead, the game, and the franchise itself as one of the most iconic horror series that dates almost 4 years ago, with a video game sequel currently in development and expected to release sometime later this year. Evil Dead, the game over here, was initially conceived as a multiplayer-only experience, 4-player co-op sort of thing, but now, after a significant delay, with an entire single-player component as well. Check it out, the game's supposedly coming into consoles in just a few months from now.
Pre-order now to receive the Ash Williams Air Smart employee and Gallant Knight outfits from Army of Darkness.
Alright, as all Nintendo fans probably suspected for the past few weeks, the fine folks at Next Level Games are indeed working on Mario Strikers Battle League. Super Mario Strikers, for those of you unfamiliar, came out on the GameCube almost 20 years ago. Well, obviously it's been a long time since then, but we're getting Battle League now on the hybrid console come June 10th. This is the gameplay.
Prepare for Strike, a 5-on-5 sport like soccer that's way heavy on offense. Aim for goals by dribbling and passing to teammates, as well as by using tackles, items, and crushing special shots. The main rule in this sport is to rule the field. Try to score more goals than your opponents.
Coming up behind that, y'all, Rune Factory 5 is set to release March 22nd. It's available to pre-order now when it comes in 2 editions, in case you're hyped about. For those of you unfamiliar though, Rune Factory is a farm sim, but the new game though does a bit more than the usual farming RPGs. And for a while now, Rune Factory 5 has actually been shaping up to be a lot more than its predecessors were here now. Here's a new trailer. The game itself, like I mentioned, releases March 22nd as a Nintendo Switch exclusive.
Start with Poe Dameron fighting off the First Order in Episode 7. Jump into Episode 1 as Qui-Gon and his young Padawan escape a failed negotiation, or start where it all began,
LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is releasing for all consoles and PCs, Switch included of course, on April 4th this year. Skywalker Saga, and I'm pretty sure most of you know by now, basically lets you play through all 9 episodes of the core saga games. We can also now unlock and choose from over 300 different characters, which is the most to date in a LEGO Star Wars game. There's actually a lot more, so check this out. Here is a brand new behind the scenes trailer just came up with.
As you plunge into the action and defeat enemies both big and small. String attacks together to form impressive combo chains that deal significant damage to enemies. And fend off oncoming attacks using counter-maneuvers designed to defeat foes in styles tailored to your favorite characters. New blaster controls and mechanics put you right in the middle of fierce battles and let you aim with skillful precision. And if things get too intense, take cover and assess the risks and opportunities. When the time is right, take your shot and watch as enemies react to aimed hits.
Now before we wrap this up, although there's one more game to be mentioned though after this one, but after months of speculation, we finally got the news that the long-awaited HD remaster of Chrono Cross, now titled Chrono Cross Radical Dreams Edition, is coming to the Nintendo Switch on April 7th, wherein you will now have the option to disable enemy encounters, and the game also comes in English language as well, which is a relief. So check it out, this is what the game is all about.
More intel on the Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp game.
Coming up at last, we have Advance Wars, not just 1, but 2 Getter Reboot Camp, which is basically Nintendo's one of the most addictive turn-based strategy games that dates back to almost 20 years ago, now with both the campaigns and multiplayer. Check it out, the much-awaited game is now due out on the Hybrid console come April 8th.
Opportunities, like blasting through pipelines to cross into enemy territory. In both campaigns, you can fast-forward gameplay and reset your turns for a smoother tactical experience. Flex your strategic muscles outside of both campaigns with additional modes. Go for high scores in the War Room. Create and share custom maps in the Design Room. Or battle friends and frenemies in local and online multiplayer. Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp marches onto the Nintendo Switch system April 8th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.